This is something you should be paying attention to very, very closely. We've been bringing it to our team's attention around the private credit markets. We all got to experience 2006 to 2008, which was caused by subprime mortgages. What are private credit markets? This is very important for you because some of you, your investments, maybe your 401k, are allocated into these private credit markets. Think of subprime mortgages. It was completely systemic. They were giving loans to people that had no stated income. They couldn't control the contagion because there was no regulation, there was no oversight. You suffered. You saw your parents get their 401ks completely decimated. Why do you think I talk about protection and defense so much and protecting my wealth? Because of shit like this. You need to start paying attention. Remember I told you when you look this way, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. Why do you think Warren Buffett pulled into so much cash? I just did a video on this where he's sitting on a record amount of cash right now. And he talked about that he's been through 50% pullbacks before. And he said March is nothing. What we went through in March, he stated that's nothing. He believes there's something massive coming. He also mentioned the private credit markets. 5 months ago, Jamie Dimon said, when there's one roach, there's many. Now we're starting to see the systemic cracks 5 months later. Remember I told you on February 20th, 2026, I've been preaching this to you guys, you are going to start to see the exposing of the financial system. People made fun of me, they ridiculed me. I told you, you're going to start to see the exposure of the financial system. It's spiritual. Blind leadership is dead. So the Kobesi letter, which I'm reading off right here, explain the details. Number one, Blue Owl Capital was struck with a mammoth $5.4 billion increase in redemptions in Q1 2026. So here's the details of it. I'm reading it right off their tweet. Withdrawal requests at Blue Owl tech lending funds have surged to 40% of the fund's $3 billion value. Concerns, number two, have intensified about the health of the private credit market. And I'll explain the private credit market on the back end. I'll share with you how this affects you. And we got some deeper research coming for you guys around the euro dollar. Number three, requests to exit the firm's marquee $20 billion direct lending fund surged to 21% of fund's value. Number four, Blue Owl said it has limited withdrawals to 5% at both vehicles. Private credit markets are under massive, massive pressure. We saw BlackRock reduced withdrawals, Morgan Stanley reduced withdrawals, Warren Buffett brought up the private credit markets, and Ray Dalio's Changing World Order, since I've been bringing this to you since 2020, is we're in the big debt crisis. America's at 120% debt to income ratio. We have a systemic problem in the private credit markets. Now, what is private credit? It's non-bank financial institutions lending. Guys, we're at low interest rates for a very, very, very long time. It works until it doesn't. So that's non-regulated institutions giving loans, basically, to keep it simple. But interest rates have remained high. They're not coming down. And they're coming down so slow. People are trying to exit these private credit markets, but a lot of companies have loans they can't pay anymore. Think about the subprime mortgage when people couldn't pay their mortgages. This is now in the credit markets. Same game, same bullshit. It's a different sector of the financial system. And guess who's going to suffer? You. So blind leadership is dead. Pay attention to where your 401k is. Try to understand about the private credit markets. This is why we're in safety, guys. That's why I use cash value life insurance. My principal is protected. These markets come collapsing down, my principal's locked in, baby. That's why I use Bitcoin. People think I'm crazy, but Bitcoin has crushed every single sector over the last 10 years. I use XRP. It's deflationary. It's fixed supply. I use silver. I rotate out of asset classes based on this type of bullshit to protect my wealth. So I'm going to keep bringing you this information. Jackie, head of our crypto team, chief investment officer, is really bringing in the light on now the euro dollar, which we're going deeper into research. As we learn and we are able to articulate it, we're going to share this with you guys. But this is why Bitcoin is becoming so big. This is why gold and silver are at an all-time high. The system is changing as you know it. The big debt crisis is here. So it's important for you to learn this stuff so that you don't continue to be a victim of irresponsible oversight. So it's time to run your family like a business, your finances like a business. What's going in, what's going out, how are you going to beat inflation? You do that through assets. You do that through navigating through these economic cycles. But pay attention to the private credit markets. We believe that's going to bring the stock market and the markets to its knees. But that's when you build wealth. Not in green, in red. Warren Buffett said it the best. Buy when there's blood in the streets, and there's a reason why he's sitting on a record amount of cash waiting for that blood. I don't write the rules. I just learned them. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. It's coming.